Are you afraid of failing at something you've planned? Maybe it's exactly that silent fear that's been holding you back. If you want success, double your rate of failure. When Thomas Watson said this, he wasn't suggesting carelessness. He was inviting you to live in a truer way. Try more, learn more, adjust more. Failure, when faced the right way, isn't a label. It's a teacher. It's not an end. It's part of the journey. You don't need to carry failure as a burden. You can treat it as a sign. And signs are meant to guide, not to shame. Fear often disguises itself as caution. It whispers that it's better to wait, better not to expose yourself, better to avoid risks. Sometimes it protects you, but many times it becomes an overprotective guard that shuts doors before you even get close. When fear commands more than you, it chooses for you, and deep down you know. Those who let fear decide collect almosts. Almost started, almost spoke, almost tried, almost lived. Enough of almost. The world doesn't need your perfection. It needs your presence, and presence is trained in the real, not in the ideal. Your mind may have linked failure to shame. It doesn't have to be that way. Shame holds you back. Curiosity sets you free. Replace the question, "Why did I fail?" with, "What does this show me?" One pulls guilt, the other pulls clarity. The first closes, the second opens. Every time something doesn't turn out as you expected, breathe and make 3 inner moves. Recognize, learn, adjust. Recognize what happened without drama. Learn what it reveals about the path. Adjust one small thing and move on. This simple cycle is what turns falls into steps upward. You don't need a perfect moment to start practicing this. You need a possible start. Failure feels less scary when the attempt is smaller. Instead of imagining a big leap, begin with a step that fits into your day. A small, real gesture that moves you forward a little. A yes to something you've been avoiding. A no to something that distracts you. A contact made. A draft put into the world. It doesn't need to shine. It needs to be true. What changes your story is not the size of one day, but the sum of many days with direction. You might say, "You're not ready." Almost no one feels ready before taking action. Ready is a feeling born from practice. You act, you learn, you feel more steady. You act again, you learn more, you feel more confident. Ready is the name we give to the peace that comes after many small attempts. If you wait to feel ready before starting, you may wait forever. The body gains confidence while walking. Maybe what paralyzes you is the weight of other people's opinions, the fear of laughter, judgment, criticism. Opinions shift with the mood of the day. Your conscience doesn't. Work first for your conscience. Deliver something you can respect when the noise fades. If a no comes, don't turn it into the size of your life. A no is a snapshot, not a verdict. The person who said no saw a piece on a certain day with a certain lens. That's not everything. Return to your center. Gather what you can learn, adjust your step, and keep going. Those who persist calmly end up being seen by the ones who need to see. There's also the confusion between excellence and perfectionism. Perfectionism wants everything flawless before it exists. Excellence wants things to enter the world as the best possible today and improve tomorrow. Perfectionism paralyzes out of fear. Excellence moves forward out of respect. The path to doubling your rate of failures is not about doing things poorly. It's about doing them with presence, accepting that the first version will rarely be the final one, and using each attempt as conscious practice. Instead of, "It only counts if it's perfect," replace it with, "It counts if it's honest, useful, and better than yesterday." I will face. It brings back lightness where before there was only tension. You may be tired. Fatigue also lies. It tells you it's better to delay, that "I'll look at it tomorrow," that it makes no difference. It does make a difference. One small gesture done today is worth more than 10 postponed intentions. When fatigue comes, treat it with respect. Drink water, breathe, lower the target, do the minimum that keeps you in the game, and rest. Self-care is not an excuse to escape. It's preparation to return. What takes you off track is not rest. It's giving up. Resting is part of the plan, not the end of the plan. Maybe your self-demand is too high. Self-demand without kindness turns into attack. Trade the harsh pressure for a living commitment. Commitment asks, "What is under my control in the next few hours?" And does it. Toxic self-demand asks, "Why aren't you more?" And paralyzes you. You don't need a voice that crushes you. You need a firm and gentle voice that helps you stand up. Tell yourself clearly, "I am not the mistake I made. I am what I choose to do after it." That sentence changes the way you treat yourself. And the way you treat yourself changes the way you try. Your attention is a precious resource. Direct it toward what expands, not what drains. When doubt comes, use two simple questions. Does this bring me closer to the life I want, or push me away? Is this voice, or is it noise? Voice is that clear intuition that appears when you're silent for a few moments. Noise is anxiety, the urge to please. Old habits that shrink you. Choose to follow the voice, even if it scares you a little. Fear is just a signal. It doesn't have to be a wall. The more you honor the voice, the stronger it becomes. A routine that works for anyone, in any reality, fits in your pocket. When you wake up, remember the reason why you want to keep moving forward. If needed, write down one line. Throughout the day, protect a moment of full presence, even if it's short. In that moment, do something that has meaning. At the end of the day, review with honesty. Where did you get closer? Where did you drift away? What small adjustment fits tomorrow? This cycle, repeated many times, creates stability inside. And internal stability sustains external progress. You don't need big changes to start noticing inner results. Sometimes the first signs are subtle. A little more calm before acting, a little less excuse when trying, a little more clarity about what matters, a little less fear of others' opinions. These littles are not small. They are the beginning of your new standard. Those who notice and value the inner signs gain the strength to keep going, even when the world takes time to respond. Doubling your rate of failures doesn't mean failing just to fail. It means increasing the number of conscious attempts. A conscious attempt is choosing a goal, acting with attention, observing the result, and adjusting. Its process, its rhythm, its care. It doesn't need a stage. It needs consistency. Consistency is stronger than uncontrolled intensity. Intensity excites you for a day. Consistency changes you from within. Remember the word yet. This simple word opens doors. Instead of "I can't," say I can't yet. Instead of I don't know, say I don't know yet. Instead of I'm not, say I'm not yet. Yet creates space for growth. It invites you to learn, to ask for help, to practice. When you say yet, your body understands it's not the end, it's a stage. Inner judgment can be cruel. Notice the tone you use when you talk to yourself. Would you speak that way to someone you love? If the answer is no, change the tone. Firm, direct, but human. I can do better is different from I am a failure. The first sparks action, the second pulls you down. Lasting success is born from honest conversations with yourself. You may wonder how long this takes. The honest answer is, as long as it needs. But there's a trick that shortens the journey, turning expectation into process. Instead of clinging to, when will it happen? Cling to, how do I walk today? The when, outside your control, makes you restless. The how, within your control, makes you stronger. And interestingly, when you take care of the how, the when happens faster than it seemed possible. Along the way, external voices will appear saying, you're trying too hard, that you're exposing yourself, that you should be more realistic. Confused realism is sometimes disguised fear. There is a better realism, the one that looks at the facts and chooses to act on what can be acted on. Fact: you will fail at some attempts. Action: you learn and adjust. Action: you listen to what makes sense and move forward with what is yours. Fact: the process is tiring. Action: you rest and return. That is the kind of realism that takes you forward. You are not a machine. You will have good days and bad days. On the good ones, push a little further. On the bad ones, protect yourself and do the minimum that keeps the cycle alive. The minimum can be a 5-minute gesture, a deeper breath, a more conscious choice. Don't underestimate the power of the minimum. The minimum done with truth keeps you from going back to square one. There is a kind of courage anyone can practice because it's born in the now. It's the courage of the next step. It's not the grand courage of movie stories. It's the simple courage of the moment. Looking at the task in front of you and saying, I will give my best possible and accept the lesson that comes. If praise comes, be grateful and keep going. If silence comes, observe and keep going. If criticism comes, filter it and keep going. Moving forward is the most important part. And when one attempt hurts more, embrace the pain. Denied pain becomes a barrier. Embraced pain becomes raw material. You can tell yourself, it hurt. I acknowledge it. I breathe. I care. I learn. I return. This path respects your humanity. It doesn't demand that you be made of iron. It asks that you be faithful. There is a peace that doesn't depend on applause. It appears when you look at your day and know you were consistent. Consistency is not perfection, it's direction. You can be proud of a day full of small wins, even if no one sees them. You can grow stronger in silence. External harvest comes as a consequence. The inner harvest can start now. Notice how you feel when you decide to try. Even with fear, there's a subtle relief, a sense of, I am alive. That relief is worth the effort. It's what reminds you of the why. It's what keeps the fire burning when the wind blows. Feed that fire with small fuels, presence, honesty, kindness, courage in the now. If at some point you think about giving up, make an agreement with yourself. Before giving up, rest. Before giving up, ask for help. Before giving up, simplify. Before giving up, slow the pace. Many moments of giving up are born from exhaustion and confusion, not from lack of ability. Clarity returns with pause. Strength returns with care. Will returns with purpose. You don't need a big sign to start. The sign has already come. It's this restlessness that brought you here. It's inviting you to live what makes sense, not to avoid what brings fear. Fear will show up, but you are the one who chooses what to do with it. You don't need to kick fear out of the room. You just need not to hand it the steering wheel. Keep this close. Success is not the absence of mistakes, it's the presence of courage. It's the sum of many attempts made with self-respect, honest observation, and constant adjustments. That's why doubling your rate of failures, in the end, means doubling your willingness to live, to put yourself in motion, to make room for your best version to appear. If this talk did you good, remember to follow our profile and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And before we end, I want to leave you with a simple decision. From this second on, you can treat every attempt as valuable practice. From this second on, you can stop confusing failure with defeat. From this second on, you can choose the next step with courage. Double your attempts, double your lessons, double your patience with yourself. This is how, without spectacle and without secrets, your story begins to change. See you next time.